Hey guys, welcome back to All the Mods 5. It's been a couple weeks since I made an episode. I got a little busy, had some things to do. A lot of things happened in my personal life, so I haven't had really any time to make a new episode, but I finally found some time, and here we are, making another episode. Last episode, we set up this smelter thing here. We got some like power going. We got a basic energy cube with metallurgic infuser for the mechanism crafting, and we got an enrichment chamber and a smelter to smelt ores and double them and then output them into this chest here. And here's all my ingots that I have, and some dust and just stuff in general, so I could just throw all my ores in here and then all my ingots will be in one place. So that's what we did last time. We also went to the Nether, which I made the portal right out here. And we explored that a little bit, which is kind of interesting to see a modded Nether instead of the 1.16 Nether that we've been seeing a lot recently. In between episodes, I didn't really do much. Actually, I don't think I really did anything because I'm pretty much set up now to do what I'm going to do this episode. And I kind of hinted at it last episode, but what I want to do this episode is the refined storage. I want to make a refined storage system. To be able to store all my items, so I don't have to have these chests here anymore, because they're getting kind of cramped here with all of this shit, and I would like to have all of my items in one place. So now, if you don't know anything about refined storage, basically the way it works is it uses these storage disks to actually store items rather than chests, and you put these storage disks inside of a disk drive, and you can access the items within the disks with a grid, and a grid will show you a menu of all of the items within all of the cells in your refined storage system, and it all hooks up to a controller right here. So we're gonna have to make this, and this is kind of like the heart of everything. Everything that's connected to this will be visible from the grid. So what I'll be able to do is just make a bunch of these storage cells, put them in a disk drive, and then hook a grid up, the disk drive and the grid, to the controller, and we'll be able to just throw all our stuff in the grid. And it has like a nice little search bar. You guys will see how it works when I make it and when I actually go into the GUI and stuff. But it's going to be really helpful when it comes to crafting and stuff, just so I don't have to look through chests and grab things out of chests to craft stuff. Everything is right there. And the only limitation to crafting at that point is whether or not I actually have the stuff to make whatever I'm trying to craft. So now, one of the main crafting components of all of these machines here is the advanced processor, the improved processor, and the basic processor. These three processors are used in a lot of the crafting recipes, and to make them you have to make these basic processors. And the way you used to make these is you needed a machine to make them, but it looks like they've changed it so it's just a crafting recipe. So that's kind of useful, so I don't have to set up like a whole system to craft these. I can kind of just craft them manually, and I don't have to like wait for anything to finish or anything like that. So this should go a lot quicker than it used to. The only thing is I'm going to need slime balls, and I'm not sure how many I have. Oh, I have like a stack of slime balls. Oh, never mind. Another thing we're going to need to craft all this stuff is some quartz enriched iron, which is just quartz and iron ingots, which is why last episode I was trying to get all that nether quartz from the nether so I can make this for everything. Not to mention we need a bunch of silicon, which we need the quartz for as well. I think I'm going to make something that I'm sure you guys have noticed in the crafting menus, just watching me go through everything. And there's actually this thing called a jumbo furnace, which is basically, I made more furnaces than I need, but it's literally just 27 furnaces in a 3x3 cube. And I supposedly when you just like build a cube out of furnaces, it will be a jumbo furnace. I don't know exactly what it does, but I would imagine it's going to be useful when I have to smelt all of this quartz into silicon. I think I'm just going to put it out here for right now, just because I don't think I have any space for it inside. And there's a nice little spot right here that'll won't be too in the way. Alright, so let's do this. Boom, 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 Boom. And then one more. And that is a jumbo furnace. So it looks like it's just 9 furnaces in one GUI. If I'm not mistaken, it probably smelts 9 things at once. Let me check. Let's see. So if we just put coal in here and then we just chuck all this in there. It's gonna smelt 6. Just gonna smell 5 or 7 at once. Well, this is kind of stupid. It only smelts 1 at a time, so it's just a furnace with more inventory. I guess it's good if you want to leave it there for a long time, but I mean, why would you make this if you're just gonna make a faster furnace? Well, I guess we'll leave that running. Could always use some more stone. Alright, so first things first. Let's make some quartz enriched iron. Okay, there we go. We'll just make like 4 stacks of it for now. That should be enough. If it's not, I can always make more because it's pretty cheap. Especially because I have a lot of quartz and a lot of iron. For now, I think I'm just gonna manually throw some of my nether quartz into the energized smelter here, because it does go pretty quickly, and I'll be able to make a bunch of silicon really fast. So the first block I'm gonna start working on is the controller. So for the controller, we're gonna need 3 silicon, 4 quartz enriched iron, which we already have all that stuff. We just need the advanced processor and the machine casing. So I presume we're gonna need a lot of machine casings, because we do need it for the grid, and I assume we need it for, yes, the disk drive as well. So we're gonna make, so I'll make about 4 of these. That'll be enough, because I think what I'll do is I'll just have 2 disk drives, the controller, and the grid, and I can make like a nice symmetric shape with the 4 blocks. So this is just 8 quartz enriched iron with stone, so that is no problem. Alright, so we'll get the stone here, and we'll just do 4 of that, and then 4 machine casings. And that'll be good. Now we just need the advanced processor. So that's going to require some diamonds, redstone, silicon, and then this processor binding, which is actually pretty cheap because we have like a stack of slime balls and some strings. So I'm not going to use all of it. I'll probably just make, I don't know, I'll make a stack of this, and if we need more, I'll make more. Okay, so we got the diamonds, the redstone, the silicon. So we're gonna make the raw advanced processor, and then we'll just smelt it over here because I'm already using my energized smelter for smelting more silicon. So we'll just do it here. It's only 1, so it's not like I'm in too much of a hurry to get a lot of these smelted. All right, so we got the advanced processor. Now we can craft a controller. So this right here is the heart of the refined storage system. I think what I can do is I can conveniently place it in this wall on these 4 blocks right here. I can have the controller right here, which, as you see, as soon as I put it up to this cable, is now powered. And that's another thing I don't think I mentioned, is this does consume power. It doesn't consume a whole lot of power. This is currently using nothing because the amount of power that it actually uses is dependent on how big the system actually is, which is just a controller, so there's nothing that needs power, so it's not consuming anything. But you'll see as we add stuff to it, I'll show you, this will go up from 0 FE per tick to something. I don't know exactly what the value is that it's going to go up to, but you'll see it's higher than 0. So the next thing I'm going to make is the disk drives. So the disk drives are just chests, more advanced processors, and machine cases, along with, of course, quartz enriched iron. So we're gonna make 2 more of these processors here, and we'll smelt them up. 1 and 2. All right, now we should have the stuff to make 2 disk drives. Boom. So now I will place them here and here. And they are adjacent to the controller here. So if we go into the menu here, you can see that there are 2 disk drives that are attached to this one controller. So everything is linked up and visible from this GUI here. It's still not using anything because they have no disks in them for actual storage. So again, there's no reason for it to consume any power at the moment, but it will as soon as I start putting items in this thing. So the last block we need to make is a crafting grid. Now, I could make a regular grid. The difference between a regular grid and a crafting grid is the regular grid just shows the items, and the crafting grid has a crafting table actually built into the GUI, and it's really useful just because you can do everything, item like sorting and stuff, and crafting in one GUI, so it's nice and compact. You don't have to have a separate crafting table. This system will single-handedly make crafting tables and chests obsolete. So this is a little bit more complicated, not too complicated. Some extra, you got 2 improved processors, and then these 2 cores. So for the basic raw processor, it's just the same thing but with iron instead of the diamond. I don't know exactly how much I need. I didn't really check or count, but this should be enough. Okay, and our basic processors are done smelting. Lastly, we need 2 improved processors, and I'm gonna need another advanced processor for the actual crafting grid. So let's make those. Okay, so all I need now is the glass. So let's get some of that. All right, so we got the glass, and we can make ourselves a grid. But we don't want just a grid, we want a crafting grid. So what I need to do is, I believe I need just a crafting table with, I think it's just the grid, if I remember correctly, the grid, the crafting table, and the, yep, there we go, crafting grid. And then we can place this right here, and that is a nice central spot for it. So this is the GUI I was talking about earlier. As you can see, there's these slots here, and this is where it will display all the items that are in the system, and we can sort them depending on names or mod, or there's a lot of little options here, which is not too important, just like personal usage options. We also have like the rotate grid, balance grid, and clear grid buttons that are in the regular crafting table from whatever mod does that. I don't actually know what mod adds these buttons, but it is in this, so that's nice. So I don't really have to do anything with this. What I need to do now is I need to put some storage disks inside of the disk drives. So we need to make some storage disks. So now the nice thing about refined storage is that each storage disk can hold a pretty big amount of items. And there's no actual limit on the types of items, so you could, if you wanted to, you could store, you know, every sword durability of every kind of sword in the game, probably in this one drive, and you'll never run out of item types, which is something that is unique to a mod that's similar to this called Applied Energistics 2, which has a limit of 63 item types per drive, but we don't have to worry about that, so I don't really need to make a bunch of smaller drives to have enough item types. I could just make a bunch of really big drives. Something I just realized exists in this is an infinite storage disk, which is, it's self-explanatory what it does, but oh my god. And it's basically just this rabbit hole of these storage parts that, yeah, as it gets smaller and smaller. We're probably only going to make the 64K, because you keep needing 3 and 3 and 3, so you need to make so many of these 1K storage parts. It's insane. That is definitely a project that we can do way down the line in the future, when we actually have like a lot of resources and we have a lot to work with. For now, this is not necessary though, so we're just gonna go with the I guess just one 64K storage part is gonna be enough. So for each 16K storage part that we use to make one of the storage disks, we're gonna need 3 16K. So to make 3 16K, each 16K is 3 4K storage parts, so we're gonna need 9 of the 4K. So to make 9 4K, each 4K is 3, so we're gonna need, I believe, 27 1K storage parts, which these are pretty cheap, so that shouldn't be that much of a problem. Right off the bat, looks like we can make 16, which is good. It's a good start. We already have 20, so I just need to make 7 more. I'm gonna need more glass here. Alright, so I just need to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then now we have the 27 1K storage parts. So now this is going to be kind of a pain in the ass, because now we need a shitload of the basic processors. So I need to do this recipe 9 times, so that means I need 36 basic processors. Alright, so now we've made all the 4K storage parts. So we're going to need to make the 16K, so we need a bunch of the improved processors now. And something to point out, our grid is now using 4 FE per tick. I guess because the crafting grid, even if there's no items in the system, still does consume a little bit of power, so there you go. Alright, so now we can make 3 16K, and then to turn the 16K, we're going to need 4 advanced processors. Alright, so now we got everything, and we can make our 64K storage part. It wasn't too bad. That should give us plenty of storage for everything we have. So now all we need to do is make this storage housing, and combine it with the storage part, and we got one 64K storage disk. Now I'll just plop this in here. You can see a little texture change there when we put it in. But now what we can do is we can go in here and then boop, 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 boop. And we can actually just shove all this stuff in here. This is the beginning of something beautiful. First what I'm going to do is get all these ingots. Oh, all of these ingots, and then plop all these guys in here. And something that's nice is you can have it so it sorts it by the amount of items that you have, so you can see what item you have the most of. It also has this little feature where it tells you who last modified each like stack of items and how long ago, which is pretty interesting. I guess if you're on a multiplayer server and you want to find out who stole your shit, we're just gonna get all this stuff, all this shit. And I'm re-getting all of the achievements because my world corrupted. All of the achievements, all the achievements reset. It's so satisfying getting all of your stuff out of your chests and just putting it all into this grid here. Anybody who's played modded Minecraft knows what this feels like. Okay, so I've just gotten everything out of all of my chests, and now it is all in here, and we can access everything from this one little GUI. And what makes this even better is we have a little search bar here, and so we could just look up anything we need. So what we can do is we could adjust this so it is a JEI synchronized. So whenever I type in here, it will type it in the JEI. So if I'm looking to craft something like maybe a jetpack, even if it's not in here, it will show up here, and then I can do all the crafting recipes from here, and it will. I can just click this little plus and it will pull out the items from the system into the crafting grid. And while we're on the topic of jetpacks, I think that is the next thing we're going to work on. So we're going to make some jetpacks because the ability to fly in survival Minecraft is something I hold near and dear to my heart. So jetpacks are one of the nicest things in any mod pack, especially these nice hovering jetpacks. So I guess the first one I need to make is a wooden jetpack. Just make a leather strap. Make 2 of these basic coils. Alright, so now we just need to make 2 of these thrusters. 1 and 2. And now I believe we have all the items. Yes, a wooden jetpack. So I'm not sure if that's even, because it is a tier 0. We'll charge it up in here. Put it on and see what we're working with here in terms of flight. It is currently off. Okay, so now I could turn it on with a key. And I'll go up kind of slowly. But I still can rise, and I can go kind of fast actually, which is interesting. I mean, it runs out very quickly. It doesn't have a very good capacitor on it. But then what we could also do is toggle the hover. So basically we'll always be flying and we'll never fall. The thing is, this has no storage. I flew around just a little bit and it is more than halfway done. So this is not really practical. While it is nice, we're gonna need to upgrade it. So now it seems there are 2 tier 1s. There's a stone and there's a copper. I'm not sure what the difference is or if it matters. I guess there's just different options depending on what materials you have. I don't think that it really makes a difference because it seems like any kind of tier can make any kind of the next tier. So I guess I will just use whatever materials I have available to me. So I guess naturally we'll do the stone jetpack because I guess that sounds kind of cheaper, right? Alright, now we just gotta put this here, and then we got a stone jetpack. Let's charge this up in here. Alright, so let's put this on. See what we're working with. Feels faster. Feels a lot faster actually. Holy crap. Doesn't go up and down very fast though, and still kind of runs out quickly. Like I've already burned through like 20k. So let's just keep upgrading this thing and see how far we can get it. It looks like these are gonna take longer and longer to charge as I get more, because this is a tier 2. It's already taking significantly longer than the tier 0. Looks like the next options we got are Electrum, Steel, Gold, or Invar. I think I'm gonna go Gold, just because the rest of these are like alloys and steel. Let's just take a look and see what it's like with the iron. Okay, the iron goes very quick, very speedy. Alright, so we're gonna upgrade our iron to a gold. 10 million FE storage. This storage buffer right here is multiple times bigger than the actual complete storage that I have for all my machines. So the next tier is either platinum or diamond. I think I'm gonna go platinum just because, I mean, I don't know exactly what else I'm gonna use my platinum for, but I have a decent amount of it, and it won't be that much anyway, and I'd rather use that than diamonds, so. Alright, now we got the stuff for a platinum jetpack, which has 36 million FE storage. Alright, let's check this one out. Whee! Oh my lord. Thing is, it's not too fast when you don't sprint, so it's a nice decent speed. And then when you sprint, you go really quick. Oh my god. This is gonna be nice. Uses a lot of power though. The next tier is the tier 5, which is emerald, and I don't really have enough emerald, so it looks like the platinum tier jetpack is what we're gonna settle on. And you know what? It seems like it's gonna be very useful, especially exploring the nether, exploring the world, and doing stuff like that. So let's just charge it up and wait. Actually, how much armor does this have? It's not as much as a diamond chest plate, but it's still like 2 armor bars. So we'll charge that up. We'll wait. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get rid of all of these chests because we don't need these guys anymore. You know what's funny is the platinum jetpack is the tier 4. The highest is the tier 5. We've already made close to the highest tier jetpack. Oh, but you can actually make a creative jetpack in this pack. This has infinite power, so you never have to charge this. But you need ultimate energy cubes, and you need stuff that I don't even know what it does, and you actually need 2 of these jetpacks. I was looking to see if you could create any other creative items other than just the creative jetpack, but it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of these that you can actually craft. It's just the creative jetpack, which is still cool. It's always nice when you can make any sort of creative item. And you need an ATM star, which I didn't realize this, but this mod pack has a mod that's specifically made for all the mods. Looks like it's something that kind of encourages you to get into all of the mods that are in the pack. Hopefully if I continue this series well into the future, we'll be able to get to that point. That would be kind of a fun project to work on. Alright, so it looks like this is gonna take a while for it to go. So I'm gonna let it go, and I will be back when this thing is done charging, so we can maybe do a little bit of exploring, and so we could cover a lot of ground and maybe find something interesting. Who knows? Alright, I only have 7.5 million FE in here, but we'll fly around a little bit, see if we can find anything interesting, and if we don't, then oh well. It's cool to see what the cities look like from above. Got a cool little subway. All these buildings. Got like I don't know if it's like a water tower, or radar or something. I don't even know. Just look at this flower field. That's cool. Honestly, what I could probably do now that I have the ability to fly around like this, and it is lagging quite a bit, but I could just fly around to these dungeons and just like go all the way down to the bottom and take the treasure chests and just get a shitload of diamonds if I really wanted to. I don't know if I want to do that though, because it is kind of cheaty. Hey look, here's the highway from the first episode. You guys remember this? I don't know why, but it seems like the jetpack has this weird bug. I don't know exactly what it is, where it'll move me without me doing anything. Like I'll be moving, I don't know if you guys can really see it, but whenever I'm moving in any direction, see like what it's doing right now. See, I didn't touch any buttons. I'm not touching any buttons. I don't know why it's making me fly right now. So look, now I can just fly down one of these and see what's on either end. And that's not right. Oh, look, I can find caves. Yeah, I could just fly all the way down here. I think it was this tunnel, right? Where I first encountered the baby Enderman? Yeah. It's this very spot. Let's check out the city that's in the mountains here. What's going on with this? What? This is definitely not supposed to happen. It's definitely interesting. It's down here. Oh. Okay. Look at this. It's like a whole city right next to it. What is this? Oh, this is like some sort of destroyed building. This looks like there's an explosion or something, or like an asteroid hit it, or I don't even know. There's a fire? All I know is there's a giant hole in between these two buildings here. Alright, well, it looks like my jetpack's about to run out of fuel, so I better hightail it home. Oh. Shit. Well, it looks like my game decided it didn't want to exist properly. I don't know if this counts as cheating if I didn't do it on purpose. I think I've royally fucked the game. It's not going away. I mean, all the blocks still have their hitboxes. It's just I can't see them. Okay, I just relogged and that fixed it. But on that note, I think I'm going to end the episode here. I mean, we achieved flight already. It's kind of buggy, weird flight, but it is still flight. And we got the refined storage system, which is going to be very helpful with everything in the future. This is going to be one of the most used things in this whole pack. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do next episode. I'll figure something out. And hopefully, I plan to make a lot of progress. I want to expand the base a little bit more. I want to make a level under it. Maybe do some sort of cool elevator thing. There's a mod in this pack called Create, and anybody who knows anything about the Create mod knows that it's got a lot of cool gears and cogs and a bunch of moving pistons, weird stuff that could probably make a really cool elevator, and probably some really cool stuff that I could use in the base to give a nice aesthetic and just overall make things a lot more lively in here, because the only movement we got is this lava going on and these torches, but like that's not really doing much. I think once we have some things spinning and, you know, other weird stuff going on, this place could look pretty awesome. We're also gonna need to make more machines and stuff, and probably some way to automatically get resources. Maybe make a mob farm, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff we need to do, and I'm gonna try my best to do those things in the future. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Didn't get a whole lot done, but it was still pretty fun. It's very useful. It is still a big step in the progression of the pack, and it's gonna be a lot of smooth sailing from here, because once your storage problems are fixed, then things are immensely easier. So that's gonna be it for today. I will see you guys later.